Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I am Amy from A Red Spatula. Now, if you have always had the idea that any tortillas made with whole grain flour are going to be hard and flavorless, these Einkorn tortillas are going to prove that idea wrong. You can use these for your favorite tacos, wraps, anything you can think of, and they're incredibly easy to make. Now, as always, of course, don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss any of the new videos coming out, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is mix together the einkorn flour and the salt. Mine is a whole grain einkorn flour, but you can also use all-purpose einkorn flour for a lighter flour. To this, I add my canola oil. You can also use melted butter, but I actually really love the texture that the canola oil gives it. Now, in a bowl, you're just going to mix this as well as you can with a fork or a spoon, and then we're going to turn it out onto our surface, and we're going to start to knead it. It does not need to be kneaded for very long. I think mine took maybe 2 or 3 minutes. You just want to get it to where it's kind of a smooth ball. Now, this dough is going to be a little bit sticky, or tacky as we call it, so just know that while you're kneading it. And once it's finished, we're going to let it rest for just a little bit. It's like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're going to turn it out onto a lightly floured surface. You don't want to incorporate very much more flour into it, so when you turn it out, we're going to divide it into our pieces. Now, I did pretty good sized tortillas. Of course, if you want to make these smaller, you can do them smaller as well. And then one thing that I like to do when I have my pieces, I like to roll them into a ball. I find that a ball is so much easier to start with and getting a semi-round shape than anything else is. So once you have them all rolled, move them aside and you're going to start working. You can also use a tortilla press for this. I have one, but sometimes I feel like it's just easier just to roll them out. And so you roll them out obviously the best you can. Mine are not going to be circles, and yours probably won't be perfect circles either. You also want to make sure that these are fairly thin. When they're too thick, they cook kind of gummy-like. I don't really like them, so I roll them just as thin as I can. You can see what it looks like right here. And then once you get a couple of them rolled out, then I like to start cooking them just to save on space on your surface. So I use a cast iron skillet. You can use a griddle. You can use whatever you like. You want to get it like really hot, like almost smoking hot. And then for the first couple, I grease it just a little bit, and then you're going to cook the tortillas on each side. You want them almost to be a little bit charred, just like this. That's absolutely perfect. And then here, I wanted to show you what they are like at the end. Do you see how soft and tender these are? Sometimes when you do whole grain or whole wheat tortillas, they just break apart, but these einkorn tortillas are not that way.